I had seen the first Amy's Baking Company video before I reacted to it on stream. I'm in uncharted waters now, so we're going into this shit show together. Hope y'all are ready.
The customer.
And remember, there was a whole arc where they were on Dr. Phil too, before this. So they've reveled in the limelight for a minute, you know.
Is not always right.
Don't come back, madam. I'd be happy not to see you
Guys,
here.
I make excellent food.
You out! Don't speak like this. Go out!
I am going to really hurt somebody.
May 10th, 2013.
You are both fucking nuts.
I know.
Millions of viewers were introduced to Amy's Baking Company.
You motherfuckers, you all think that you can come in here and say these things.
Oh my god.
What they witnessed
Don't fuck with me.
Yeah, I will fuck with you. Who
Yeah.
the fuck you think you are?
was a Kitchen Nightmares episode unlike any other.
You fuck yourself! Out! You out!
A restaurant and owner so deep in denial,
If anyone tell me that my wife's food is no good, I just tell him to leave the restaurant.
You little weenie, keep walking.
and so resistant to change,
These are store-bought crap frozen ravioli.
They're not crap, and they're delicious.
Ah,
that Chef Ramsay did something
I think you're too far gone.
he has never done before.
The right thing for me is to get out of here.
He walked out.
Wow.
And as shocking as that was, what followed was equally as shocking.
Hundreds of people are turning to social media to voice their anger.
In the aftermath of the airing, social media went crazy.
There were threats, nasty online messages. People just could not believe how this couple treated their customers.
Millions were blogging, commenting,
Basically calling them batshit crazy.
watching, and rewatching.
Everyone was under the consensus that these people were not particularly normal.
There were skits and even cartoons
I have issues with customers that are online bullies.
made about Amy's Baking Company.
It's getting a little beyond hilarious.
Wait, is that an Amy's Baking Company game? Hold up. Did y'all see that? Hold on. I also need the Amy's Baking Company anime. That would be fire.
With customers
Hold on.
that are online bullies.
Made about Amy.
That's a game. That is 100% a game. That's one of those like AI generated like ads where like the game is never actually like the ad. That's what that looks like. Hikey. Big time.
Amy's Baking Company.
It's getting a little beyond hilarious.
And to go along with that, a media firestorm.
Amy's Baking Company.
No soup for you!
Never before has there been a Kitchen Nightmares quite like this.
It was like watching a train wreck. They were just that crazy.
Tonight, a special edition of Kitchen Nightmares,
How are you?
It's a nightmare.
Yes.
where you will be shocked,
Are we being punked?
amazed,
You can pull the wool over your husband's eyes, but you can't do it to me.
I want you to just shut up.
and informed
He just said, you have to go, you have to go, you have to go.
as Gordon Ramsay takes you back
Send him home.
and reveals unbelievable, never-before-seen footage.
I'm not afraid of.
I need a whole show centered around her just like kicking people out where she's like the whole crowd just gets into it. Send him home. That's that'd be kind of fire, not gonna lie.
You.
You're afraid of the truth, not me. The truth. The sad thing is, you don't fucking know the truth.
You'll see the highlights of some
The
of the public's
when he
wild
uses the
reaction.
F word.
It was just the craziest thing.
You'll also find
Gives
out
me
what's happened
chills.
to Amy's Baking Company in the last year.
They're trying to cash in on their notoriety.
And you will get to hear from Sammy and Amy themselves.
The marketing is fucking genius. They're like, yeah, we look like shitheads on national TV. Let's fucking run with it. Because you're not gonna change public opinion after that whole meltdown on TV. You might as well just say fuck it and run with it, you know? Like, no publicity is bad publicity. Is their line of thinking, which is a total crock of shit. There is such a thing as bad publicity. That's why I refrain from saying a lot of shit. They're fucking going with it, and I respect it. I don't have the balls to do that. Not a lot of people do. But like, is it a acquirance of balls or lack of brains that gets you to that level? I think it's both. I respect both, to be honest.
It's like Disneyland for the crazies.
In a special, exclusive interview.
My wife's food is excellent.
That's all coming your way tonight on a special edition of Kitchen Nightmares.
We have to show the world what we really have to offer here at Amy's Baking Company.
She struggled to get that one out. Amy's.
Then wake up! You wake up! Shut the place down! Get out! That is amazing! That's embarrassing!
Thank you so much.
Good evening, and welcome to a very special edition of Kitchen Nightmares. Last
Special
year,
is
something happened
right.
that shocked me and
Oh.
millions of you when I tried to help a restaurant in Scottsdale, Arizona. I was forced to do something I've never done: walk away. I went to Amy's Baking Company to help, but the owners were incapable of listening. There was such a strong reaction to the episode that we decided to give you an update on what's happened since. We'll also show you some footage that has never been seen before, and we'll hear from Amy and Sammy themselves. But first, a brief reminder of my wild journey at Amy's Baking Company.
It was my first time in
Ooh,
Scottsdale,
baby.
Arizona. And I was
Getting the
really
spark
looking forward
notes.
to helping the husband and wife team of Sammy and Amy with their restaurant, Amy's Baking Company.
Just give me the pear salad, darling, if you can.
All right.
Since 2007, Amy had run the kitchen
I understand this whole substitution thing.
and Sammy was in charge of the front of house.
I don't like this, so I prefer this. That's substitution. I don't. What is the confusion?
Or C.
The owners felt that their food wasn't even an issue.
If anyone tell me that my wife's food is no good, I just tell him to leave the restaurant.
They were looking for validation from me that everything they were doing was right.
Chef Ramsay is coming to tell the people how the food is good here.
In the past,
Is
they had
it
an ongoing
the
war with online
owners?
bloggers
Is it the restaurants themselves that ask Gordon to come? Because I've always been under the impression that like you kind of get a rep and then people send your stuff to Kitchen Nightmares, the studio, whatever, and then they reach out to you. I was never under the impression that the restaurants actually reach out like, hey, we have a problem, help us. I've always thought it was like the other way around. Like, hey, we've heard about your restaurant, might have some problems, we'd like to come see what's going on. That's how I've always thought it was done.
customers who were writing negative reviews.
These reviewers and these bloggers decided to make up lies and say that they ate the food and it was disgusting.
Amy and Sammy felt that they were under attack, and that was the main reason why their business was in trouble.
The customer is not always right.
Before I arrived, the cameras were there to document dinner service at Amy's Baking Company.
Can you make me pear salad instead of that Caesar?
Seriously?
Many of the diners were so frustrated because of the long wait times.
Never waited this long for one pizza.
While the ones that did have food
This really just isn't good.
were truly disappointed with what they were getting.
I'll take it.
But during the course of the evening, Sammy and Amy had a really hard time dealing with any negativity from customers.
2 pieces not cooked enough. Put it again in the oven.
Sure, I'll burn it.
It became clear that this restaurant,
What is the problem with it?
the customer isn't always right.
Okay, if you came to eat to enjoy, then you should know what you like to eat, sir.
And there was one particular situation that my crew has never witnessed in the 7 years of doing Kitchen Nightmares.
We were waiting on one pizza.
It's coming now, it's coming now.
You keep saying that. You've been saying that for an hour.
Look at him. He's like, where's my pizza?
Really?
Send him home.
You want to wait?
Send
you wait,
him
you wait,
home.
You fuck off from here. Do you understand?
Sammy?
Go, you motherfucker!
No,
You
get out of
don't
here.
speak like this.
Most restaurants reach out to Gordon. That makes sense. But like, the reason I've never thought it that way is because a lot of these restaurant owners, like them, just like to a lesser extent, of course, they seem too full of themselves to like reach out for help. So it must be like the employees that are like, hey, let's get Gordon Ramsay to come in. And then the owners are like, oh, great publicity. He's not going to find anything wrong with my food. That's probably what, okay. That makes sense.
Go! You pay and go! Stop! You have drinks.
Are they for real?
You pay. You don't go out. If you touch, I fucking, you come from Yelp, I told you. You go. Fuck you. Fuck you. No, I'm kidding. I fuck you. Not kidding you.
I fuck you. I fuck you.
Take the money. No, I want the money from him.
I am calling the police. You guys are fucking
No,
crazy.
he's just calling the police.
I know, but hey, you're not touching him. Get away. You
Motherfucker.
You're a little pansy. Get
Amy,
out of here. Don't you ever come back here. You little weenie. Keep walking.
Fuck you.
Every customer that they kick out, calling Pansy, they just hand them a link to like, just hand, can I help you? Hey, bud. They just hand them like Andrew Tate's business card or like a subscription to fucking Hustlers University. Gotta get your testosterone up, little pansy. Baka walked in and scared me, and so my first reaction was like, "Can I help you?" That sounded rude. That's just my knee-jerk reaction.
Give me a break.
My team gave me little detail, but told me that it was a rough night at the restaurant.
This is ridiculous. I've never seen anything like this before.
But as always, I wanted to form my own opinions. When I arrived, I was pleasantly surprised at the nice decor, how clean the kitchen was, and how well organized everything seemed to be.
Is this a joke? I mean, look, dates, labels, sectioned off.
I even sampled a pretty good dessert.
That's lovely.
Little did I know, at that time, this wasn't going to be a piece of cake.
If all your food is as good as this dessert, trust me, there's something not quite right here.
During my lunch, things started to unravel.
What?
First, I was shocked to learn my waitress Miranda didn't make any tips.
So where did the tips go?
The owner?
What?
Yeah.
I can't believe that.
I know. I try to tell him.
Yeah, so this is just a recap at this point. I wanna get to the new. Where's the new?
Yeah, spicy pasta.
The pasta Resica?
Yes. Is that coming?
Then, towards the end of service, a food runner named Katie asked Amy a question.
4B.
Yeah, I want to get to the return.
In a variety of ways on the internet. One of the things that got a lot of attention was this cartoon made by the Jaximoto Company.
He is my soulmate, and we're in this business together. And we stand strong. We have to, because there's a lot of online bullies and haters and bloggers. They're dirty, they're lazy. I have issues with customers that are online bullies, and they bully me, bully my husband. That's a joke.
Online bullies.
They're used to eating processed wood chips or used to getting things for free. It's disgusting.
But when did this start?
This guy came in that started this entire online bullying. I told him I thought he was a loser, he was a moron.
Do you have children?
Well, we have 3 little boys, but they're trapped inside cat bodies. You look disappointed.
These are store-bought, crap, frozen
They're
ravioli.
not crap, and they're delicious, and the first time I've ever... Okay.
My favorite part is how like toughly she's defending, how to the death she's defending these raviolis that she didn't even make. She bought them at a store. She could easily say like, yeah, I know that they suck, but like they're cheap. They're not. She didn't even make them, and she's defending them like this. That's crazy.
Did you taste it? You didn't taste that one. This is, you guys, I make excellent food. You all think that you can come in here and say these things. Are you kidding me? This is ridiculous. I speak feline. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow.
That cartoon was just one example
That's terrible.
of the media explosion that occurred after the airing of Amy's Baking Company. But there was a lot more as this 50-seater restaurant went from obscurity to a national phenomenon and became the #1 trending story on the internet.
So there's this restaurant called Amy's Baking Company.
The owners are nuts.
This was the first time in the history of the show he decided this place was beyond help.
Gordon Ramsay even is like, I'm out of
People
here.
just could not believe how this couple treated their
They just kept
customers.
going and going with the same stuff.
Wait,
over and over.
that post that was on their face.
Not believe how this
Oh my god. I thought that was like someone not commenting or like posting on their page calling Amy and Sammy stupid. I didn't realize that was from their page. Their PR department is fucking top notch. But like also there you go. I wouldn't be surprised if she's running the socials as well.
This couple treated their
And they just kept
customers.
going and going with the same stuff over and over.
Hundreds of people are turning to social media to voice their
Sammy
anger.
and Amy, they're on Facebook now, just trashing everybody. It got uglier and uglier for there.
There were threats, nasty online
These people are
messages.
freaking crazy.
This is what you don't ever do.
I'm actually not.
A lot of action on social media.
Memes and jokes and photoshops.
Gifts.
Worldwide backlash.
Unbelievable to see all of it bubble up online.
Wow. It was so crazy.
The episode of Kitchen Nightmares about Amy's Baking Company was a pretty special one because it was the first time Gordon Ramsay walked away from a restaurant.
Wow.
Which is something he never does. And it definitely sparked a curiosity.
People were incredibly interested in this story. There were thousands of comments directed at Amy and Sammy, basically calling them batshit crazy.
Everyone was under the consensus that these people were not particularly normal. The problem was Amy and Sammy started responding to these comments. As the comments started pouring in, Amy and
Wait,
Sammy
I want to read that
started
whole post.
responding to these
Because that was the
comments.
first
As
time
the
they showed it
comments-
without, okay. We do not need this, you stupid people. America is about wrestling? Is that a word? Resolving. It's not a big deal. The cakes we offer are expensive because we have to repackage and ship. Do not blame us because you cannot afford quality. She said, get your money up, not your funny up. Oh. Yeah, calling your customers stupid is one thing, but to say like, hey, just because you can't afford our shit. Oh, that is rough. Yeah, I did see that. And I'm going to be covering... They ended up closing in 2015, moved to Israel in 2019. Yeah, I'm going to be covering that in another video. I'm going to do kind of like a Cliff Notes kind of video on Amy's Baking Company Part 2. I'm going to ride the coattails of that 1,000-view videos for as long as I can. The Yelpers and now the Reddits. Ooh. Well, they got to Reddit. That's how you know it. You fucked up. Need to back off if you're not right just because of some TV show. See, when it was them arguing with their customers, like, hey, you have this many customers saying that you're terrible. Think it might be true? Sure, ignore it, whatever. But then when everyone watches you on TV and says, hey, no, they were right, and you double down, that's sociopathic tendencies.
Started pouring in. Amy and Sammy just kept posting and posting and posting.
They just attacked everybody and just posted status after status, just swearing, calling people out on everything, and just continuing their cyberbullying. What they do best, I guess.
We just sort of kept watching them in a mixture of shock and horror. You just want to tell these people, no, don't do that. That's a bad idea. And the story just went viral.
People were sharing all different types of content, from satirical cartoons.
Think that you can come in here and say these things.
To YouTube videos.
Meow, 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 meow.
Clips, GIFs.
Oh, I need to watch that.
And everything would come up related to Amy's Baking Company. Just pages and pages.
My write-up of Amy's Baking Company's meltdown. In about 3 days, it had reached 3 million views, which is the highest traffic post I've ever done at BuzzFeed. It became the 21st century version of a water cooler conversation. Everyone thought it was just the craziest thing.
It was like covering a breaking news story, except instead of politics, we were following this little eatery in Arizona. Honestly, I've never seen something like this before. They were just that crazy.
After the dust cleared, Amy and Sammy took to their Facebook and said that it was hacked and that all of the statements that came previously weren't them. And it was met with this really hilarious, are you kidding me, collectively from the internet. No, clearly you weren't hacked at all.
I saw the way that they treated people, and what they said on Facebook is exactly how they acted in real life.
There is the phrase.
That said former. So she left after the last, because remember it was only Katie that left. Or did they both leave? No, it was only Katie that ended up leaving. That other one stayed. So since then, she's left. Smart. 100% guarantee that, like, it was a week after the show wrapped filming. Within a week. Easy.
No publicity is bad publicity, but at the same time, if you're not careful, the internet can turn you into a sideshow, and I think that's exactly what happened here.
The aftermath of the episode certainly took on a life of its own. I remember when I first walked in to Amy's Baking Company thinking, Why am I here? The dining room is gorgeous. The kitchen is spotless. Something I'm definitely not used to on Kitchen Nightmares. But when Amy gave me a tour of her kitchen, things started getting a little strange. Now, this footage has never been seen before. Take a look.
So, are you the sous chef?
Yes. You can see, I'll take you through our line.
Do we have any male chefs?
No.
No? All females?
Yes.
No, only girls.
Why is that?
Yes.
Because it's too tiny, and my wife, she wants only me to be near her. She doesn't want men, you know.
I don't want no beefy
So
boys.
we're comfortable working with girls because my kitchen is so tiny.
Wow.
We bend over, we bump into each other. The male chefs, their ego is too big and it's too little in my kitchen, so they leave.
The fucking balls on this bitch. No, last time we talked about like the fucking how grippy she had to be. No, she got some fucking nuts on her to say that men in a kitchen are too egotistical after the shit that she does. Oh, the brick sitting in my fucking trousers right now. Holy shit. That is wild. What?
Show them the door. And they don't have my standards. They can't clean like I do there. It's like they're doing me a favor. This is
Look, if you're like, hey, I only hire women in my kitchen because feminism, right? Cool. All right, whatever. Can't do that technically, I don't think. But whatever. But to be like, hey, you're egotistical. Coming from that cunt, holy shit. Holy shit. I'd love to meet the men that she deems as too egotistical. Because if she's calling you egotistical, holy shit.
how we work. I mean, I work meticulously because my customers deserve it.
Wow. Coming up.
Oh God, you're crazy.
Wow. Some shocking bonus material that has never been seen until tonight.
We ain't even like getting started, folks. Oh my god.
And later, an update on what has happened at Amy's Baking Company since Chef Ramsay walked out.
Now it's like a tourist site. Everybody wants to see if Amy was actually that.
I want to see Sammy like throwing up West Side or some shit. I don't know.
With Sammy and Amy.
It's like
Me?
Disneyland is the craziest.
Are you saying I'm egotistical? I'm not that bad. Not egotistical if it's true. Yeah, no. I'm sorry about that.
We have 3 little boys, but they're trapped inside kitty cat's bodies. Meow. Zeta does it like this. Meow. And sometimes he sticks his tongue out if he wants treats. Meow. Jade, if you ask him a question, you say Jade, he'll actually respond. Meow. He responds like that.
For those that don't know, I work at a vet clinic. These people exist. Oh my god. Anytime I see a cat come in, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Oh my god. I can't stand pet owners in general that are like this. And like I get like, oh, it's your baby, it's your kid. Like I'll even be like, oh, how are these kiddos doing today, you know? What kiddo are we calling about today? But even this is too far for me. Yeah.
And Leo, he actually talks. Leo will sing to you. Meow, 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 meow.
Later, we'll be heading.
Get me the fuck out of here. Someone, please just kill me. That's what that cat's singing. He's singing some of the fucking like you got the metal cup on the bars singing. I don't know any Jailhouse Blues songs, but like that's what he's singing.
Heading out to Arizona, where our reporter Anna Garcia catches up with Sammy and Amy. But first, let me tell you about some more never-before-seen footage. During my lunch at Amy's Baking Company, I kept telling Sammy what was wrong with the food, but he refused to tell Amy. I remember thinking, how strange was that he wouldn't relay anything to his wife. But when I came back for dinner service, I learned why Sammy never shares any negative comments with Amy, because she's completely incapable of taking criticism.
When was the last time you took criticism from a customer about one of your dishes?
The other day I did.
What was it?
It was a Caesar salad. The lady didn't like the prosciutto in her Caesar salad, but it's on the menu, and if they don't like it, they can have it without it. Simple. I mean, I've taken criticism.
Do you know what? Criticism is healthy. Unfortunately, not enough people told you the truth.
Oh God, you're
Look,
crazy.
there you go.
I thought I
Phenomenal
was
dessert,
crazy.
store-bought frozen ravioli, yet you still don't get it.
If I could make everything from scratch, I would, and
You can
most of
pull
the
the
time
wool
I
over
do.
your husband's eyes, but you can't do it to me.
Oh my God,
You're not
that's
even
crazy.
prepared to listen to anything.
That's because you're not giving me any
Advice.
constructive criticism. You're
Advice
just
I'm here
standing
for.
there talking
You're
and
just
saying
in
things that aren't
denial.
even making sense. I'm not in denial about anything. I've never had an issue before.
Because your husband didn't tell you.
No, because I know.
He's scared to.
He's not scared of me. No, that man isn't scared of you. He's not scared of anybody. My husband, if there ever is a problem, immediately he'll bring it back and let Christine and I know.
Bullshit.
And it's very rare that
Did he
it
tell you
happens.
today? You knew I was coming today.
Well, I was trying
If
to
you were coming to
find
my
out
restaurant
straight.
today, I'd make sure every fucking plate that you finish is in front of me.
I was trying to get feedback and no one would give it to me.
Why not? I gave
Except
your
with
husband
you
a
or
number of
people with you.
comments
Yeah,
lunchtime.
But I didn't know. Nobody
you
would share
don't
them
like
with me.
knowing. You
Of
don't
course
want
I
to
wanna
change. There is something I want to clear up. They asked me to come and help them. Right now, I want to show you something
Okay,
that's
so
only
that is
been
how it
seen by
works.
myself
You're right.
and the producers of the show. It's their submission video.
If she had a kid, it'd be
Oh, boy.
incestual.
Check
I
it
don't know
out.
about that. I don't know if she's that crazy.
And here we have the walk-in.
Actually, she probably would be the type to be like, no, we have to like keep the bloodlines type of beat.
Doesn't really have a customer service background in any way, shape, or form.
I'm chicken leg, no head. You go, I go. I don't know where to start.
Sammy needs to be removed from this situation.
A lot of times, I think the customers will probably not come back because of something that Sammy may have said to
Oh,
them.
that was the girl who Gordon met up with. Remember, he met up with two of the former employees. The one of them was in the submission video for Gordon Ramsay. Holy shit! So she left. She was like real recent. Okay.
Like, first reaction is just to kind of yell.
Yes,
I mean,
definitely.
granted, I don't know the distance of time
times
or the
that
time
I've had
difference,
an
but
incident, and I myself have had a few incidents with customers. We're not perfect, but when people come in and they're not nice to us, we're not going to be nice back to them. On Yelp, horrible things were written about us that were not true. I retaliated and I told him what I thought about him. I told him that he was a loser and he was a moron, he was a tramp, and he wasn't welcome in my restaurant, and he's not. I have no problem standing up for myself. Can you film him? Do you see him? We can. We had to stop because you were talking.
What's up? He said mid screaming match with the guy. What's up?
This is the first kitchen I've ever worked in where we're
That
not
was
really
gold.
allowed to talk to each other.
Stop talking, everyone, stop, get out, no talking. I'm out here all by myself, screaming. Smallest thing can happen, it's like the end of the world. And then they just kind of feed off of each other.
In order for my restaurant to be open, we both have to be here, 100%. This is our baby. Hold on a second. Hold on. I'm getting extremely nervous right now because I have so many things going on back here and I can't remember the questions you're asking because as soon as you ask me, I'm losing it.
If you don't come in and spend $100 at least, it's like, I don't need you.
Spectacular! My food is the best, I'm telling you.
Love you. He's very nice. He's crazy. He's insane. No.
Coming up.
I don't want you to kiss my ass. I want you.
Does she have a little glitch right there? To, meow. He's crazy. Meow. Dude, I can't. I fucking can't. That scene was beautiful. that was beautiful. I want my alarm in the morning wake me up to just be her meowing. Oh, that'll get me right out of bed. Shut that thing the fuck off. Oh my god.
You to just shut up.
The madness continues.
I'm not afraid of you.
You're afraid of the truth, not me. The truth.
He looks fucking scary right there. That's the boogeyman.
They're trying to cash in on their
He's the
notoriety.
Grim Reaper.
Hear from former employees
Amy and Sammy thought everyone was out to get them.
and what recent diners have to say.
He just said, you have to go, you have to go.
I think flies in the
And
vodka.
It's time for an out-of-control sit-down with Sammy and Amy.
He has no balls. He's jealous of my balls, motherfucker. This is what he is.
But first, some never-before-seen footage as Chef Ramsay questions Amy about her pizza.
And what's the base of the dough?
The recipe for my pizza dough, it's a secret.
Okay, wow.
And people love it. I have people tell me it's the best pizza that they've ever had in their life. My husband will tell me, or
Well,
customers.
he's fucking naughty because my pizza today was undercooked. So it was raw, and I said, will you take that back? He said, I can't talk to her in service. Why is that?
Maybe he knew that it would make me nervous if you didn't enjoy the pizza.
You're a husband and wife?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not as if you're sort of manager and assistant manager. Okay.
This is in bonus footage. We saw this.
We usually don't have criticism, that's the problem.
You don't have criticism?
Not usually,
Why
no.
can't you go and tell your wife?
Because
Sweetheart,
I know my
pizza.
Goes on and on about all the negative reviews that they get, whether she believes them or not, and then says that they don't get criticism. I would have respected it more if she's like, yeah, we get criticism, it's just bullshit. Yeah, she's full of shit, but like, at least she acknowledges that there's criticism and complaints.
Fucking wake up, it's undercooked.
I don't think your pizza was undercooked. I checked it, and I send pizzas. That's my #1 selling pizza.
So you did
and
bring it
people-
back?
No, I didn't find out, and I asked you what was wrong.
You just said you checked it.
No, I checked it when I took it out of the. Hold on, if you let me. I checked it when I took it out of the oven, just like I do every other pizza. And to me, it was crispy on the bottom. When I cut it,
Right.
it was crunchy.
Okay.
So to me, it wasn't wrong.
Okay, so
But
let's
if
draw a
he
line in
says
that. That's your version because you
Sure.
didn't see it come back. My version
Right.
was the dough was wet, undercooked in the center. Okay. And around the outside, there was insufficient garnish, so it was just dry. I showed it to you.
Yeah, you did.
And the idea, come on.
I did. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
but I didn't want to tell her. No, it's okay.
No, I said touch that. It's not
I did touch it.
slightly, 30
Yeah.
seconds.
I
It
did
was
touch it.
soaking wet.
It was wet.
Props to Sammy keeping his cool right here. Like Gordon's right up in his face.
No.
But like Sammy was really keeping his cool right there. I commend that. That's character development. It's growth. I know we're gonna walk back on that any moment now.
How can you attract good staff when you don't give them their tips they deserve?
My husband pays those girls $9 or $10 an hour
You're not
to
listening.
do
You're not
nothing.
listening.
Okay, they don't deserve those tips. If they could work like my husband
my
worked,
God.
if they could work like my husband works,
Why are
and
you
it
shouting
didn't
at me?
require
Why are
him
you
to run
shouting
like
at
4
me?
people, they would get their tips. He's told them.
You're
Run like
convinced.
I run and work like I
How
work, and you
deluded.
can have your tips. I am deluded. You're right.
God. There were so many moments at this restaurant, but truthfully, there's only so much you can put into a 1-hour show. Here's an unbelievable exchange that I had with Amy over a package of gnocchi.
Gnocchi.
in here. No refrigeration required. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. There must be a few chemicals in there. Do we sell these in Ocean?
I'm sorry?
Do we sell these?
Yes, those are the gnocchi that we sell.
And no refrigeration required. What's in them?
Look at the back. It'll tell you. I don't say that they're organic. I never did.
What's in there? He said, look on the back, like some fucking smart-ass answer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's prepared to charge customers money for that. And you get upset because they're not kissing
I'm
your
not
ass.
upset with you. I don't
Wow.
want you to kiss my
Yeah.
ass. I want you to just shut up and
Yeah.
give me a
Wow.
chance to finish my sentence instead of being
Wow,
rude.
wow, wow.
I'm not
I've
pissed
seen it
off
all
because you
now.
don't bother me to make me
I
pissed
have
off.
seen it all.
Well, we're making everything per order. This is, it's not pre-made. We don't.
It's not pre-made? He just pulled out a bag of frozen pasta, said, is this what you use? And she said yes. And then goes and says, it's not pre-made. That's that whole fresh frozen shit. Like, oh my God.
We don't have pre-made food. We're trying to make
Except for
everything
the
per
raviolis.
order. Yes, the raviolis are pre-made.
And the frozen eggplant.
Yes, they are. It's fresh, of course. We have to freeze it when we drop it in the fryer so the breading doesn't come off. We do it like
And the
that
gnocchi.
because I do use those gnocchi. Yes. You'll pit the reply? Yes, I care a lot. Chef Ramsay, I would like you to understand just something.
Yeah, I'm finding it right now,
I want
Amy,
you to-
difficult to understand you one little bit. I've got nowhere to go. Every time I say something to you, you just
No.
say, hey, my customers love it.
I'm not going to talk to you right now because I have to
Well,
concentrate on the
then stop,
line.
concentrate then.
I will.
You're the one who just said you want to talk to me,
I
so
did.
I'm
I
confused.
wanted to explain to you
Oh.
that I'm not
think you should
here to
focus on
You
your
don't
work.
even let me speak, so there's no point in talking to you.
Try.
Just like my husband's.
Even though my visit to Amy's Baking Company was a complete disaster from day one, I came back on day 2 with a plan to turn it around. Unfortunately, I never got to implement it because it became clear that it would be a waste of time. I'm sure you're wondering what's happened to the restaurant since I left.
Yes, I am, Gordon.
Update is our reporter Ana Garcia.
She's got one of those cacti up her ass. That's what's wrong.
Scottsdale, Arizona, talking to local people.
Oh, Gordon's got a whole crew.
On everything that's happened since the show aired. Everything from the social media phenomenon to how it has affected local businesses. And I'm going to try and talk to Amy and Sammy. But first, here's an update on how the restaurant is doing.
Good luck.
Thank you. After Chef Ramsay left, it was just a dramatic mess.
Amy, no!
Amy and Sammy thought everyone was out to get them.
Attitude I've never seen in my life.
They fired everyone, told everyone who can do everything on their own. The next day I was called and Amy and Sammy begged for me to come back.
So it happened right at, I said within a week. It was right after Gordon left.
I did.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Sammy and Amy saw that I had taken a $5 tip from my customer and had a huge fit over it and told me that I'm a thief and get out of his restaurant. And I threw the money at them and I walked out and told them, don't ever talk to me again. I'm done with this place.
A lot of my friends have actually gone there just to check
That's
it out.
girl bossing.
Because now it's like a tour.
That's girl bossing.
Everybody wants to see if Amy was actually that crazy.
We honestly went in with, let's see if the food is really as people say.
One of our friends ordered a drink. God, I noticed that there was something floating in the drink. It had 3 fruit flies in it. We called Sammy over and he got really upset and he said there are no flies. He never even acknowledged that there was anything wrong.
I said to him, we didn't bring flies in our pockets with us. And he just said, you have to go, you have to go, you have to go.
We thought they would kind of wanting to be, pleasing everybody and wanting to have the customers and, but they were exactly like we thought they were.
They're trying to cash in on their notoriety. If you go to their website, they're selling t-shirts that are printed.
Fucking double down.
Show. It's not a classy
Double
move, but
down.
having a tourist attraction where they basically
Fuck
make
it.
fun of themselves.
Fuck it. Be the villain. Be the villain.
Into a spectacle,
Goblin mode. 24/7.
See what it's all about.
Coming up,
It's like Disneyland for the crazies.
it's loud,
He can keep his menu.
it's intense,
We don't go down without a fight.
it's surprising.
Are we being punked?
It's our exclusive interview with Sammy and Amy.
I see all the crazy.
You will hear it all,
My wife's food is excellent.
raw and uncensored.
He was a pale-faced pansy-ass willow.
When our reporter, Ana Garcia,
Have you changed your policy on the temps?
pays a visit to Amy's Baking Company.
I'm not going to stop. How? Then I will be a pansy, and I'm not a pansy.
She doesn't like to take the criticize. She like to take the compliment.
She can't take criticism.
She cannot take criticism.
Have you noticed when she talks, she can't stop because she won't listen. So she'll continue pounding her own voice rather than actually listen to criticism. But when it's a compliment, oh my God, it's amazing. My dessert's amazing. But then when it's criticism, so what I'm asking, why is that?
Ask her that question.
Ask her?
I have the same problem for that. She cannot listen criticism, but she
Okay,
does
good.
listen. She's
Good.
going to listen.
Thank you.
To me. She's
Good.
going to. Yes.
But she's not listening. Just blank there.
Do you know
she's
why?
not listening.
Yeah, no, I know.
Right,
I have
right.
that problem
Thank
for
you.
10
Okay.
years.
Oh,
Okay, can you
oh,
make her change? Make her change.
Oh, that was cold. I don't know if any of y'all picked up on that little diss right there. Gordon just did that little, goes in one ear, out the other. But visually, where he put a hand on one ear, spoken to the other. Oh, that was cold. I am 100% using that. That was cold.
So far, we've shown you some incredible unseen footage and brought you up to date on what's happened since this episode aired. But now, it's time to hear from the owners themselves. Here is our reporter, Ana Garcia, with Amy and Sammy.
His reporter. Shit. GRN, Gordon Ramsay News.
How are you?
Kitchen nightmare.
Yes.
Oh, good. Yes.
Can we come in and talk?
AMN,
so
Kitchen
much.
Nightmare
I
News.
appreciate it. May I introduce myself? Hi, Ana Garcia from Kitchen Nightmares. Very nice to meet you. We want to catch up with you and Sammy. Do you have a few minutes for us?
No. You come what to talk to me.
I'd love to talk with you.
No, you talk to me and I want money because this time from Kitchen Nightmare I want money.
You want?
You guys did make so much money because of us and Gordon Ramsay tried to bury me alive. Who he wants, I will bury him first. I will bury him first and bury your Kitchen Nightmare also because you did it on purpose. You set me up And this is what you did, to try to bury us alive. And you didn't do yet, and I wouldn't let nobody to do it.
Well, will you sit down and talk with us, Sammy,
Yes,
about what
please,
happened
you can
and
sit down.
everything that's happened?
Let Gordon Ramsay to fuck himself because he was not fair. He was not fair.
How is he not fair, Sammy?
He was not fair because he shouldn't. It's okay, darling. Yeah. Because he shouldn't represent us that way. I'm going to go against Fox, against Gordon Ramsay, Kitchen Nightmare.
Let me show you something. It's disgusting. So I posted, I took a screen, Sammy.
A squeen?
He has no balls. He's
Sorry.
jealous of my balls,
Yes,
motherfucker.
definitely.
This is what he is.
We were made to look like the most psychotic, lunatic people in the universe. And after watching Kitchen Nightmares, I see all the crazy, but I don't see any of the good. I know the people that came here were Yelpers because I have proof of it. They were on Yelp talking about it after they were filming and before they were.
What is like this after every like
I've invented.
emphasis?
I'm not delusional. I'm not crazy. Yes, we are passionate. Yes, we are wild. If I came after you, you would probably stand up too. If I came after anybody else, you would defend yourself, wouldn't you? If you have a family, wouldn't you defend it? Has it been stressful? Stressful, yes, it's been very stressful. We've had people walk through my doors, come.
I feel really bad for Gordon's reporter. She's never met these people, and she's getting the full like blunt end of this. Like, fuck you, you did this. She's like, dude, I've been working for Gordon for like a month. Like, this has nothing to do with me. Sure, like they're going like when they say you, they mean Kitchen Nightmares, but like, dude, to go after a lady that you've never met like this before, holy shit. I want to know who she called in the background. I feel like a lawyer or something. I thought so too, but then I also thought like she had to Google 911 because she's trying to call the cops. I really feel like she Googled the number for 911. She really seems like the type that's like, obviously I'm joking, but like she really seems like the type where like person is saying when someone pisses, just call the cops. Just call the cops. Like Scottsdale police have to have her number blocked. That's why she started recording because no one answered.
Casually over here, like this, walk over, look at the display case, keep going like this, and then leave. And then my waitress comes up to me. Now we have waitresses because we had to change our whole procedure because the whole universe thought my husband was stealing the tips. So we tried something new. I took all of the negative things that Gordon Ramsay said and I tried to improve on it. That's why I had him come here. People come here to try to set us up because they think it's funny because they have a hard-on for Gordon Ramsay. There was one.
Yeah, I do. I am brick the fuck up for Papa Gordon.
Camera proof of it. He puts a giant rubber cockroach on the plate and left it there. Left without buying a cake and thought that that was funny. We are dealing
It's
with
kinda
that
funny.
daily. It's not going to work here. We stood up to Gordon Ramsay. We're going to stand up to the world because we don't go down without a fight.
Normally I'm against people like taking advantage of like taking a joke too far, I guess. Like the dude putting a fake cockroach on a plate and just leaving. I would say that normally I would say like, hey man, like don't add to it, like you're really just like it's unnecessary, whatever. I can't stand these people. I really can't stand these people. Like, they deserve everything that's coming to them. If I'm being honest, they really do deserve it all.
We have to show the world and every single business owner out there that you have to stand up. You cannot let anyone shake you down.
Oh, now they're acting like they're
We have
pioneers.
the voice, and it's up to us to stay strong and to show our true product and what we really have to offer here at Amy's Baking Company. And that's it.
Coming up,
I'm not going to stop.
just when you thought it couldn't get more intense,
I really wish she would stop.
there are more shocking moments from Amy and Sammy.
Now you have lit the fire inside of us.
I don't think I've heard her swear once. Is she? I wonder if she's Christian. Or if they open a restaurant in Israel. I don't think so. From what I've heard, and I'm going to do a video on this, it sounds like she's just like doing online, like teaching for baking, like just baking. So I don't know. I don't think there's any physical restaurants they own now.
In my opinion, you need to clone me 3 times. Clone Sammy 3 times, clone me 3 times, and I'll be perfect.
All the Amy clones would just start like killing off each other. They'd just get so sick of each other. Like one thing another Amy said, like, you can't mix 2 Amys. This doesn't go together.
In a moment, I'll share with you my final thoughts.
I don't think they would fight. I think the clones would actually just like start doing arts and crafts with each other, because like no one loves this woman more than herself. Like she, like the joke, like I want to love myself like Kanye loves Kanye. She does. That's the crazy part. She isn't like, oh, she's not even talking about like, oh, I feel like less of a person. I feel so no, she's like, I'm still the shit. Like you're just proving you're idiots.
On Amy's Baking Company. But first, let's head back to Scottsdale and our reporter, Anna Garcia, who's with Sammy and Amy.
How was your business affected by what happened in the episode?
We're completely bombarded by the media, by customers, by haters, by trolls. We've become the #1 tourist attraction for the summer, only it's like Disneyland for the crazies. They stand outside and take pictures just because they want to see us. When they come in, they look at us like they are real and they almost pass out. And then they sit down and they try our food and they see who we are as people and they say, I can't believe it. It's amazing. Your food's incredible. How did this ever happen? What's going on here? Are we being punked?
But have you been busy? Because we really didn't find anyone who ever said this place was packed.
Well, I'm open for business right now. Look, how can I have any normal business when I have this all day long?
What happened with Facebook, with the allegations that you had been hacked?
Every single post that was written calling people shit and making fun of them for not making money did not come from us. We didn't say those things. Now we are, because now you have lit the fire inside of us. Now when we're calling people little...
I don't know. I kind of do believe that it wasn't. I'm sure it was them, but I almost have want to give them the benefit of the doubt because they really don't seem like the type that would like call their customers poor. Like they call them pansies, they call them bitches, whatever. But like, I don't know. Making fun of their customers for how much money they make just seems like a different level of petty than they've shown. I don't know. That doesn't seem on brand for Amy's roasting. It's a low blow. I would expect better, to be honest.
Trolls and telling them that they have no balls. Yes, that's us. Because I think it takes a very special kind of person. It's called a eunuch to be able to call someone and bully them over the phone or through the internet when you don't know who they are.
Nobody make money because those trolls. Because Gordon Ramsay told them I'm stealing tips to the people.
Can we talk about that? Can we talk about the tips? I was pretty surprised that the waitresses didn't keep their tips. Why, Sammy?
Because I give them hourly very high. I don't
How
give them
high?
between $8 to $14 an hour. If it's empty like this, they still go with money. If they wait for the tip, they wait like this.
Have you changed your policy on the tips?
I did change. I give them tips.
So is that something good that came out of the kitchen nightmares? Is that you now...
No, it's not good. Because they work with the tip and there is nobody here, then of course they're not going to make money, then their own way.
All of this that's happened, and, you know...
I will say something to giving hourly over tips is that there are a lot of restaurants, and especially in Texas, that like hourly is like $2 an hour because they give you tips. And so you really have to bank on having a busy night and having a lot of tables. And so I get his idea of like, I give them hourly so they can still make money, but that doesn't mean that you can take their tips. Like that's still their money. I'm not excusing what they're saying at all, but I see his line of thinking, but it's a flawed line of thinking. You know what I mean? Like, I understand it, but I don't agree with it. And I would even use the word understand loosely for this.
Have you made any changes to the menu?
He can keep his menus.
Right.
His menu, he can keep it for his own
What
restaurant.
happened to the raviolis? Are the raviolis still frozen?
Yes, still frozen. Yes, still frozen. Yeah, and they're excellent. Yes, and they're excellent.
Gordon Ramsay also, during the filming, I asked him, I said, would you let anybody come into your kitchen and give you the kind of attitude that Katie gave me and not fire them? He said, yeah. That to me shows me that he's a pansy. If so, I stand up to
you got
somebody in my
criticized
kitchen.
for using that word, Amy.
So not being overly sensitive makes you a pansy. The fact that he wouldn't fire someone because he didn't let his feelings get hurt that easily makes him a pansy. Ass backward.
The reason I said he was a pansy is because the same reason I call these yelpers and these people that hide behind the computer screen the camel toe mafia. They are pussies, they are pansies, they have no balls. Because if they
Camel
have
toe
balls,
mafia.
my face.
Can I please call my chat? Fuck Nasty Nellies. We're the camel toe mafia now. Oh my god, that is crazy. Oh, hold up. That was wild. Hold on, I'm blocking a bot on my chat right now, but Oh my god. That was crazy. I'm banning a bot in my chat. Bot. Whatever. Okay. I think. Oh my god, Camel Toe Mafia. That's crazy.
My husband's face and tell us exactly all the stuff that the lies, the slanderous stuff that they say online, instead of just hiding behind their computer screen. I have said a lot of offensive things, but when a person is completely under attack, I'm sorry, I would love to be nothing but a lady and control my language and not have a severe case of Tourette's syndrome. But this is what's happened to me because of the pressure. I called that guy a pansy because he was a pale-faced pansy-ass willow. That's exactly what I call him. Yes, I'm going to say things if someone attacks me. I'm not going to stop. Then I will be a pansy and I'm not a pansy.
There was a part in the episode where it showed that Sammy tries to shield you from criticism. And when Gordon sent back some food, Sammy, you didn't really want to tell Amy.
Because it's not true. Because my wife's food is excellent. Everybody loves my wife's food.
The reason that he didn't tell me each plate was getting sent back.
Dudes and peasants have to be fucked up from her food. Holy shit.
Sammy tells everything to me as I tell everything to Sammy. We share, we don't keep secrets from each other. He protects me, I protect him. People love us because we stand together and we are united. Yes, he and I will fight to the death for each other. No doubt. You come and you try to attack us, I'm going to be like a fierce lion. I'm going to attack anybody that's coming to try to hurt my husband or my business.
It has affected your business. Are you seeing the customers come back?
No,
Did something...
Different people, different people, they come, they are very happy, surprised what Gordon Ramsay say. I have enough money to keep my business as long till the stupid people become smart. And then they come again to us. And they will. We are not the ones Gordon Ramsay represent us. Yeah. We are not at all. We are not a villain, a gangster, or what. I am reformed and I give up long ago.
But you did say to Gordon, I'm a gangster.
Well,
I mean, you did say that.
Again. I will say it again if somebody, because
You want to say gangster?
On top of him. He cannot go on top of me. I can promise you. Not him and not all these people.
But you did say that, Sammy.
I did say it.
That'd be
I will
crazy.
say it again if I have to.
Okay.
I will say it.
Myself, I would like people to understand that first and foremost, my husband and I, we are united, and that's the most wonderful thing in my life. We are not psychotic, lunatic
He's a
people
simp.
that will make you wait an hour and a half for your food and then call the police on you if you don't get it. We're not going to scream at you and throw you out unless you come to attack us. If you do come and attack us, we will scream at you and we will throw you out. I think like 95% of the things that are being said about us, we sit and we laugh our butts off about it because it's hysterical.
Do you have a message for Gordon Ramsay?
Mr. Ramsay, for all the respect that I had for you, I ask you now to really put the truth and really give us a chance. Really give us a chance as
Who is
small
it to give you a
business
chance?
Because he tried to destroy us.
Well,
he has
but
control
not,
of these
he
cameras.
doesn't give us chance. Fuck
he
everybody.
has control over
Come
these
on,
cameras.
what chance?
They edited us.
I need him to give me a chance.
Well, obviously, the whole world thinks that we're
He
psychotic
killed you
because
already.
of the way that they
He
edited
killed
us.
you already. You think he's going to come and say, no, the food is good? I was joking.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
he should do that if he's
No,
a
he won't do
responsible
that,
person.
Emily. You're asking too much. He can't.
Well,
It's like
I
he's
asked
he's
him
going
to
to
do
say
that.
that and he's going to close his store. That's it. He's finished. He's
asking
finished.
him
He won't do that.
Reporter's
He will
like,
never say the
fuck.
truth. Of course, he will keep it. The truth for himself.
Saving restaurants and helping families on Kitchen Nightmares is an incredibly gratifying experience. I look forward to every challenge and I take each mission very seriously. What happened in Scottsdale was actually quite disappointing. My team and I had a fantastic plan to help Amy's Baking Company. Unfortunately, the owners had no interest in hearing it. Good night.
I want to know what his plan was. Like, is that leaked? What was Gordon's plan for... I can't type. I have my mic right in front of my keyboard for Amy's Baking Company. Has he ever, like, come out and said, like, hey, this was my idea for it? No. Sammy accused... What? Sammy accused him of sexual misconduct? What? The only thing that pissed me off is when he sexually harassed my wife in the kitchen. That's why I went crazy on him. It's the only reason. Oh, this is it. Okay.
But the only thing that pissed me off is when he sexually harassed my wife in the kitchen. This is why I went crazy about him. It's the only reason, not because he criticized my wife's food. It's a show. I helped him to have his show. But when he criticized when he tried to sexually harass my wife and accused me of stealing the tip, it's gone, it's finished. And this is why I dragged them out, like I dragged his trolls and his actors.
How did he sexually harass your wife?
Well, Amy can tell you because she's the one who, she can tell you what, she's the one who was there. It's 18 months behind us, or even it was 2 years because it was 6 months before they film it. They aired it 18 months ago. I think it's the time to forget about Gordon Ramsay, and it's the time for us to go forward. And my wife coming with her cookbook, and we're going straight.
No, but I wanted to know what it was. I mean, obviously, if she doesn't want to share, that's fine. But like, I want to know what it was. Fuck. But yeah, I'm not really gonna cover too much about what's going on with them now because I'm gonna make a whole video on that. But yeah, I just wanted to get a reaction of that video for the video I'm writing right now.